Okay, today we're diving deep into something kind of fascinating. It's a bit of a paradox, really.
Oh, yeah. What do we got?
We're looking at this brand new piece of AV gear. It costs about, what, $170?
Right.
But here's the kicker. It's only designed to handle old media. Think VCRs.
You mean the Shinybow
Well,
SB-5430, the S-video switcher?
that's the one. The 4x2 S-Video plus audio-video switcher.
Yeah, it sounds almost like an antique, doesn't it? But the fact it's being sold now, brand new, with full support, well, that tells a really interesting story.
About infrastructure, maybe.
Exactly. Critical infrastructure.
Yeah.
So our mission today, I think, is to figure out why some places, especially high compliance ones, are still buying new gear for what most people think is obsolete media.
And that TAA compliant label it has, that seems important.
Oh, it's crucial. We need to unpack what that means for this very specific market.
Okay, so first things first, what does it actually do? It's a 4x2 switcher.
Right. Simple concept. You got four inputs, think VCRs, maybe old surveillance cams, camcorders.
Right, the legacy stuff. S-Video or the standard composite video plus audio.
Yep. And you can select any one of those four sources.
And send it out to two different places, like two monitors or a monitor and a recorder.
Simultaneously, yeah. It routes the signal to two outputs at the same time.
So the main point is efficiency, right?
Yeah.
Stopping people from having to crawl under desks, swapping cables all the time on important legacy setups.
Pretty much. Keeps things tidy and reliable for accessing older media.
But you mentioned it's not just some cheap consumer splitter you'd find online.
No, definitely not. And that's where it gets interesting. The specs are surprisingly solid for standard definition.
How so?
Well, it lists a max video bandwidth of 100 megahertz.
100 megahertz for S-Video?
Yeah.
That seems like overkill. It only supports resolutions up to 480i or 576i, right? Standard def.
It does seem high, yeah. But why put, as you said, a high-performance engine in a standard def go-kart?
Exactly. Why bother trying so hard to keep an S-Video signal pristine? Isn't that stuff low quality to begin with?
Well, low quality is relative. If it's an important archive or, say, security footage, preserving the original signal integrity is paramount.
Ah, okay. So the bandwidth helps maintain the signal.
Right. It minimizes degradation. And look at the other specs they list. Video distortion under 1.2 dB. Audio distortion under 0.6 dB.
Pretty alarming.
And this one's key. Channel isolation greater than 50 dB.
What does that mean, channel isolation?
It means the signals from the different inputs don't bleed into each other. You don't want input 1 faintly showing up when you've selected input 2.
Ah, right. Especially for sensitive footage or archival records, you can't have contamination.
Exactly. It would mess up the data, essentially. Make it unusable for official records or analysis.
Okay, so that level of signal quality, it doesn't come cheap. Which brings us back to the price and who's buying it.
And that TAA compliance you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the source material really hammers that point home. TAA compliant.
TAA, Trade Agreements Act. That's the missing piece of the puzzle.
Okay, explain that.
So for U.S. government agencies or places doing work for the government, they often have rules about where the products they buy are made.
Ah, like Buy American rules.
Sort of, but specifically related to trade agreements the U.S. has. A lot of the cheap consumer electronics, they're made in countries not covered by these agreements.
So they literally can't buy the $10 splitter off Amazon for government work.
Often, no. Not if the requirement specifies TAA compliance. This Shinybow unit, sold by HDTV Supply, is specifically marketed as TAA compliant, meaning it meets those sourcing and manufacturing requirements for government procurement.
I see. So institutions aren't buying this because they have a nostalgic love for S-Video.
Probably not, no.
They're buying it because it's basically the only option for a newly made, quality-certified, compliant piece of hardware to handle the mountain of old tapes and media they still need to access and manage.
You nailed it. And that necessity, that compliance requirement, it drives the whole value proposition.
So the $170 isn't just for the box itself.
No, you're buying more than hardware. You're buying guaranteed usability and support within a specific system. Look at the seller, HDTV Supply. They mentioned being a platinum reseller since 2002.
A long time.
Yeah. And they offer a 3-year warranty from Shinybow plus lifetime US-based phone support.
Which, if you're managing critical government archives or something, that support is probably worth a lot. You need reliability.
Exactly. It's infrastructure support, not just a consumer gadget.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. What's the big takeaway here?
Well, I think the Shinybow switcher is kind of a perfect little case study.
In what way?
It shows how legacy analog systems persist, not just out of habit, but because of modern rules, compliance mandates, meeting the practical need to manage irreplaceable old data in high-stakes places.
An analog solution kept alive by digital age regulations.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
Which leads to maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over.
Okay, let's hear it.
If institutions today are still needing to invest, seriously invest, in high-performance analog hardware because of compliance and data integrity needs,
Yeah.
what does that really tell us about the push to go fully digital for everything critical like archives? Is it always the most stable or even cost-effective path in the long run, especially when digital standards like HDMI or IP streaming change so rapidly?
Does true longevity sometimes mean sticking with the tried and tested, even if it looks obsolete?
Maybe. It's definitely something to think about. When does the old standard become the reliable one?